Alright, so now after you watched the last video, you know how to go ahead and bring your media up on here. Now I'm going to show you how to actually use, under your toolbar, the effect, how to go ahead and use a lot of these right here. Different features that are going to go ahead and increase your audio, give you a lot better results. The first one we're going to use is going to be amplify. A lot of times when you get an EVP, it's usually kind of low, really hard to hear. Choose whatever you want to have. We'll select this area right now. We'll play it one time. Go to amplify. Now I'm going to just go ahead and shut it down to where it's actually at right now, which is right there. That's where it's actually, just so you can hear it. Hit preview.
Like right now, it's dead out of focus. There's no reason.
Alright, you can make it out, but it's still kind of low. Now let's see how much we can increase that. Now it's much louder. So it really helps out with a lot of your audio areas that are very low, like EVPs. I'm going to show you one in particular. A lot of times we'll get EVPs that are going to be extremely low. We'll play that. Very low. Now if we go to effect, amplify. Yep, I see it. It's a lot easier to hear. That's going to be a key for a lot of your work that you're actually going to go ahead and do. I'm just going to go to a random area now, like this. We'll play it.
If you're here with us now.
Which that's pretty clear. That's not a problem. But another effective tool that you're going to have is going to be your bass treble. Just click on that, and you can pretty much eliminate it out. Actually take all the sound out of it if you want. Or just by moving the sliders, you can really change quite a bit to it. The level is really going to drop your dBs down. It's really going to quiet it down quite a bit. But if you get a lot of snow sound like in there, that's going to be a big deal to help you out. If you want to drop your bass down, you can preview it.
If you're here with us now.
If you need to have it, somebody might be their hearing might be a little bit difficult, but depending on your clip, this is really going to play into a big part.
If you're here with us now.
You can hear the adjustments made. Again, it's going to be a lot more critical depending on what you get into. If you slide your level back, you're going to listen to it get a lot quieter.
If you're here with us now.
Maybe you go too far. Go all the way back here.
If you're here with us now.
Now it's very low. And go ahead and say we go and commit to it. Again, with this program, the nice part is if you go back up here to edit, click it, you can undo whatever you just did. If I want to, I can go to edit and again undo the last thing I've done. It'll just keep walking you back, and that's very, very valuable to have. Another feature, play this.
And that's one of Connor's favorite trees when we were here.
Okay, now if you take that, go to effect. Another thing you can also do is you can change the pitch. A lot of things we get are kind of mechanicalized that come through on EVPs, especially through the Spirit Box. You can push it up or down. If you go down, it's going to make it deeper. If you go up, it's going to be a higher pitch. I'm just going to push up for a little bit.
And that's one of Connor's favorite trees when we were here.
You can hear Gilson's voice go pretty high, and now you can drop it back down to lower. And it doesn't take much.
And that's one of Connor's favorite trees when we were here.
And you can even make it a lot lower.
And that's one of Connor's favorite trees when we were here.
With a lot of the EVPs, Spirit Box, or anything else, a lot of your clips that you have come in, a lot of them are manipulated, so it might not be the actual tone, even though some of them might sound very scary. A lot of times if you just go ahead and change the pitch, it'll make it sound more human-like, and it's not just doom and gloom. So that's a big deal to know right there. Just take your time with it, slide it slowly one way, slide it slowly the other way. And again, another reminder, anytime you want to modify a clip, you always need to make sure you have a raw clip saved. That's very important for the integrity being in this business. Somebody calls you up and says, hey, I hear what you're playing, but do you have the raw version? If you can send it to them, they're more apt to believe in what you're doing. I'm going to give you something else. Just highlighting random areas again. Speed. You can change the speed. Changing speed, if you go below, like in 0.9 or below 0 even, you're slowing it down.
Something just walked by again.
Here we're going to go back to the normal speed.
Something just walked by again.
And if we want to speed it up,
Something just walked by again.
a lot of times you'll get compressed information, compressed bits that come through on your recordings. So a lot of times it's going to be very common to be 0.9 to 0.95 up in this area is going to be a very normal usage for it. Don't be surprised. Now a big deal is going to the spirit box, which this is a brand new clip that I just got last night, so I haven't even had time to listen to it yet. But we did run the spirit box, so I want to go to that because this is a huge part of this program is playing with the spirit box and being able to go ahead and filter out a lot of the noise. Obviously you can see, and I'm just going to click on real quick, the spirit box. This is what we typically have. We hear things trying to pop in there. We hear something trying to pop in and trying to talk, but if you can't really, by your own human ear, it's almost impossible to hear that. What you want to do first, and this is going to be a big one, is right here under Effect. If you go to Noise Reduction, what we want to do is we want to filter out a lot of this background noise, a lot of the white noise that we're actually using, and try to get down to the voices that are hidden in there. And that's going to be huge. To do that, though, we need about a 3-second clip. That can be smaller if it's a shorter clip, but we want to try to find an area of about 3 seconds where nobody's really talking. That's a pretty good spot right there. I really didn't hear anything. Go to Effect, drop down to Noise Reduction. And this is very important. The first thing you have to do is you have to get Noise Profile. That's what it's doing, is it's actually looking at that area. And then you can go back, pick out whatever area you want, slide across, and you can even do all of your session if you want all at one time and reduce it by the same. It's perfectly fine. But then you want to go right here to Repeat Noise Reduction. You're going to see a lot of it go out of there. Now, the way it's going to sound now, but we still have that low middle tone right here. You might have to do this 2 or 3 times. The third time tends to go ahead and start changing your bass and treble of your voice. So we still have this middle tone that we want to take out of there. If you go ahead and you highlight an area and that you can find where there's no chatter really going on, again, approximately 3 seconds, play it, go back to Effect, and you're going to restart it again. You're going to go back to Noise Reduction, get the new profile, and now select the same area. Go back to Effect, and repeat Noise Reduction, and watch what changes. Now it's a big change. So once you get to this point, there's a lot that you can actually do. Let's take this one in particular. You can just highlight that area, you can play. I can go ahead and amplify it now if I want to hear a little bit better, a little bit more of what it's doing. Okay, it's more of the wonderful dark stuff I seem to be running into a lot. Let's go ahead and play with that little clip, just kind of see what we actually have here. So, if we want to hear it, I'm trying to hear just what it's actually saying, the word, which you can probably already make out for yourself. If you go to Effect, again, we're going to change a few things. When we played the original clip, I didn't hear the devil in it, so that wasn't so bad. If we want to change the bass treble, it's an easy area to do it if it makes any difference. I'm just going to increase my sound on my computer regardless, just to make it a little bit easier for you to hear. Still got a metallic sound, so I'm going to go out of this and actually go to pitch. Change pitch. I'm going to drop it down a little bit, bass. And you have to go to what you hear is going to work best for you. And the best way to do that is to utilize some headphones. That's going to make all the difference in the world for you. But even leaving it on that, I'm going to actually reduce whatever's being said right next to it. Can't really understand it. If I want to, I can take the effect, go to my bass treble, and reduce it all the way down. Hit OK. And then I can come on the other side. If I wanted to, I can do this on both sides, which I'll do real quick. Repeat. Now if I want to play it, if I want to make it a little bit slower or speed it up, again I can go to change speed. That's slowing it down. And then you can actually start hearing the syllables on anything that you actually do. You'll start being able to actually make out the individual sounds, what's going on. This is a huge part of the program, so I'm going to show you one more time because I think it's extremely important. I'm just going to a random area. Again, I haven't even been into this audio yet. Go ahead and highlight an area, especially in your spirit box area or something that's got a lot of background noise. We want to play it first, see if we hear anything. Okay, sounds pretty clear. It's just a bunch of white noise as far as we could tell hitting stations. And this is a big deal. When you're using a spirit box, you can't run at a slow speed or you're going to pick up, you're going to stay too long on each of the radio stations and you're going to pick up regular radio words. What you want to do is you want to go at the highest speed you can go. If they want to manipulate it, they have to manipulate it. If you have all those extra words into it, you don't know really what you're picking up from Paranormal side and whatnot. So I would highly advise, like on the spirit box, don't be running at 300. You want to definitely run at 100 as fast as you can run. On the SB11, I know you can even run at 50. That would even be better. But 100, if you're running at 100 and picking up stuff, conversation, several words in a row, you're going to be better off. So go to effect. Again, noise reduction. Get your profile. Don't forget this part. Now we're going to go ahead and just swing on an area, decide what we're going to do. Go back to effect and hit repeat noise reduction. Play through. So there's several helps there we can hear already, but it's still, even though we have conversation, that's us talking, I'm asking what do you need help with. Let's go ahead and again remove this middle tone as best we can. So we'll play it again. If you were to hear some words in there, sound like somebody was talking, you just move over a little bit. Just find yourself a good 2 or 3 seconds. Go back to effect, back down to noise reduction, get your noise profile, and then choose the area that you want to go ahead and work on again. The same area that we were just at. Go back to effect and hit repeat. There you go. You can do it one more time, but again, it starts losing out on some stuff. So let's see what we have here. You can just highlight an area, play it. You want to get to know all these, not all the keys in particular, but the basic ones you really want to know and get into is going to be amplify, bass treble, changing your pitch, changing your speed, and absolutely noise reduction for spirit box. Those, you've got plenty of others that you can work with over time. If you do spirit box work, any type of ghost box or anything, you definitely want to get used to the noise reduction. If you have any questions about that, certainly let me know. You can look me up on Facebook. Very easy to get to. Our team again is Elite Paranormal Society. Just hit us up. So hopefully that'll help you out. If you take a little bit of time out of it, I guarantee it's going to help you out. It's going to make your clips a lot better. To have a spirit box and actually use it, you have no idea just how much information you're missing. Wish you the best. Be glad to hear some of you or see some of your information you have out there, some of your material.